mindful adventures. Are you ready for your weekly dose of the blog post? Because I am. This week we are talking about wants and needs, wants and desires, wants and needs, needs and desires. Needs a little bit of all that. We're gonna talk about turning your guilt into goals. So if you're here for that, I'm glad you're here, because a lot of people feel like a lot of their wants and desires are something they should feel guilty about, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna hear. I can't speak today. So we're gonna talk about how much that's bullshit, and we're gonna talk about how you can change your wants to actually get you somewhere and get you to a place where you are in a life or lifestyle changes, make lifestyle changes that lead you to what you desire. So let's jump right. I can roll my eyes, guys. No, I'm kidding. Let's jump right into it. Choco, sponsor me. I'm just gonna keep saying that in all these videos. I want to be sponsored by Chocos. I love their shoes. They're amazing. I need to get these fixed. There's like slits in the bottom of them. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I walk on the balls of my feet, I guess. It don't feel like that, but I get that. Whatever. Anyway, back to the video. So we're going to start off by acknowledging the shame that comes with like these like wanting, because a lot of people think like wanting money, wanting a specific type of relationship, wanting to have a peaceful life, wanting to have an easy life, wanting to have an abundant life, wanting to just live the life of your dreams is something to feel guilty about, or to have guilt for. And there's no reason to have guilt for any of these things. If you've seen my birthright video, which I will link right here at the top, you should see a little card. Do I have my pen with me? Nope, just gonna have to write it down when I edit this video, which I don't really do much editing, as you guys know if you've seen my videos. I don't do much editing. But anyway, so it'll be up there. So for the birthrights, you when being alive, being in this existence, even this tree back here, right? We all deserve love, abundance, kindness, joy, love. Did I say love? I don't know. Love. We need love, extra love. You know what I mean? And all of those things are a birthright. Like, we just get those by just being here, being alive. There's nothing to feel guilty about those things. Those things you need to realize that you are inherently worthy of. And I know there's like a lot of people like think like, oh, I want more money, but then that's gonna make me look selfish. And it's like, no, it's not gonna make you look selfish, because like what are you gonna do with zero in the bank account? Like, I know I've not been able to do very much with zero in the bank account. I don't know about you, but I don't get shit handed to me like that. Sometimes I get stuff handed to me, but it's more rare than common. And hopefully soon that changes. I feel like I can attract more abundance into my life. Anyway, but yeah, so like a lot of these things, a lot of like wanting these things comes with like, who am I to want that? Like, what makes me so important to want that, or what makes me so whatever to want that? And the thing you need to realize is just being alive is okay for you to want that and desire that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting things that may seem like a luxury item, or that may seem like extra, or they may seem, I don't know, whatever you think, any negative connotations that you put around it, because it doesn't make you selfish, doesn't make you whatever, it doesn't make you, do your thing. Not do your thing. It doesn't make you whatever it is negative that you are thinking of. Like, it really doesn't. And people that tell you it is, are the people that are also dealing with the same thing. Like, who am I to ask for this? Who am I to even like think that I could even, or fathom that I could even obtain a life like that, or obtain these types of either material items, maybe spiritually. It all depends on what it is that you want and desire, right? So just realize that if you have been met with pushback in the past, or even now today, just realize that those people are also dealing with the same type of guilt in their own lives. So what they're doing is projecting and their insecurities and all that onto you. So And we're not here to talk about that right now, but I just want you guys to know that if you feel like, oh, well, my mom, or oh, my dad, or my sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandparent, whoever, sister, uncle, sister, uncle, no, but anybody like that, like they're just projecting, and they're trying to protect you. It's their egos or subconscious trying to protect them, and really in reality it's just keeping them the same. It's not helping them grow or expand or do any of those things. So yeah, so I just want you guys to know, like, your desires are not greedy. You know, they're divine guidance. It's guidance from your higher self, or from your inner self, or maybe there's stuff from your childhood that you still want from your childhood. And you're like, why do I still want that? They're they are little, what is it, nuggets on the trail to the path that you're headed down, right? They're there to help you become who you're going to become, and to do it with I almost said balance, but that doesn't make any sense. And do it with efficiency, I suppose is the word I'm saying. Do it well. Do it well. We're just gonna break it down to well. Um so yeah, it's a guidance, a little blueprint for your highest potential. So let's start with again, okay, if you're new, I use the same exact points from the blog post. So the blog post is more formal and put together than this. This is like a conversation style, and I do get distracted pretty often, so I'm just letting you guys know. But anyway, the first section, I should say, is why we hide the trap, why we hide our desires. And the truth is that a lot of us were raised with the idea of scarcity, meaning that there wasn't enough to go around, or there isn't enough for me to have, or there isn't enough for us or the people around me because of whatever reason. It's basically like, for me, like the way I look at it, it's like, so I'm sitting in this little area and there's a bunch of grass, right? It's like basically saying, oh man, there's not enough grass for me. My dog's sitting over here. He's like, he's sitting over there. This is all his grass. And it's like, is it really all his grass? Like, 'cause I can just, pick up some grass, and this could be my grass, and I don't affect him at all. And nobody else is affected by me taking this bit of grass. I'm not saying like taking a little bit, whatever, but I'm just saying, like, scarcity is when you think there's nothing, and that's really not the truth. Like, there's plenty to go around, like, of money, of love, of relationships, of not just romantic relationships, also platonic relationships, family, if you want to find new family members. I mean, some people go out there and they find new family members, and they're like, you're now my new whatever, and they're like, yes, I'll take you on as that person. I'm your aunt, like, people that are friends that become more like family members. Anyway, there is an abundance of a lot of things, right? There's an abundance of a lot of things, but I also believe in stewardship. So, like, I'm not over here talking about waste. Like, let's not waste shit. Let's be reasonable in the sense of give back as much as we take, right? We're not here to like take, and then all of a sudden you have this mile high pile of shit, and you're not like doing anything with it, or you're not like helping anybody with it. And I'm not saying you have to help everybody with the things that you receive, but like, if you're not helping yourself with it, then you're not helping anybody with it, if that makes sense. Because when you help yourself, you help other people. That's just how life is. That's how it works. Because when you start to change, the people around you start to change. So like the people you spend the most time with is your family, friends, maybe you have kids. So like when your life starts to go up, when your life you start to experience increase and things of that nature, then the people around you will also experience increase and things of that nature. That's been happening to me. My external life hasn't really changed as much, but all the people around me have been like experiencing lots of abundance. They've been experiencing joy. They've been experiencing a lot of things that they thought weren't going to happen for a while or starting to happen for them, and I'm just so grateful for them. And I'm not saying like it's because of me, but I'm saying like that energy is coming to me as well. So, but that saying, show me who you're So show me who you spend the most time with, and I'll tell you, no, show me your closest friends and I'll tell you who you are, or something like that, is very true. Like, it is the most truest thing ever. Because energy is an exchange. It's like currency. It's like, where did this even die at? I'm gonna have to cut out a little section there. I don't know where it cut out at. Basically, what I was just saying is like, people exchange energy like money. Like, we exchange with each other basically like the energy and emotion. Not like saying like your emotions brush off on me, but I mean like kind of energy kind of thing. But I'm just saying like the collective that you live in, and it could be the community, could be family, could be friends, could be school, could be a lot of things. That collective may have driven home the message of scarcity, meaning that there's not enough to go around. And I'm here to tell you that there's plenty to go around. And also at the same time, like, if you want something specific, if you want a specific type of blessing, if you want a specific whatever the fuck, you are going to get it. Like, it's just gonna happen. Like, like, I'm not saying like you want, like, I'll say like, oh, I want a Lamborghini. I personally don't want a Lamborghini, but I'll say you want a Lamborghini, um and you just want it, and you just want it. Like, I'm not saying that's just gonna like randomly materialize and show up. Like, there's gotta be stuff that you gotta do in order to get that. Because like, I'm pretty sure insurance on a Lamborghini ain't no joke. No, the flyway. But what I'm saying is, if you want a Lamborghini and it's like your desire for your life, like you know you like need a Lamborghini, or that's supposed to be part of your life journey, then a Lamborghini will be there. There will be no shortage of Lamborghini for you. You will have the Lamborghini of your dreams. And like I said, like, I'm not saying you just want shit to want shit. Like, I can be like, I want a cake and I eat it, and then like I don't know. It doesn't like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know how to explain it in the way that I was just going. Like, I don't know. Sorry. Hold on a second. I know, bear. I know. Also, if you don't know, this is my bear. I talked about him in my the past that shaped me post, so you can go check that out too. But, well, they're they them, but they usually go by he. Sometimes they go by she. Today, right now, it's he. Um, Bear's telling me I'm fumbling over my words and I need to talk straight. Anyway, um, so yeah, so basically, like, okay, I got it now. I got it now. So basically, if you get what you want, then someone else won't get what they want. You know what I mean? And that's not true. Like I just said, like, your blessings are for you only. No one can take your blessings. No one can no one can take anything away from anybody, right? Like, no one can truly do that. Um because there are things that are meant for you in this lifetime that you're going to experience that other people won't, or may also experience too. And because they experience it and you haven't yet, doesn't mean you're not going to experience it. And then vice versa, if you have something that they don't have and they don't, doesn't mean that they're not going to get it. And that's the scarcity mindset, is like thinking that if you win, someone loses. Like, that is not how the universe works. The universe is not on a budget. The universe is expansive. The universe is vast. Um, One of my favorite books, The Science to Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Um, One of the things he says, if man still lusts or crave or desires, I think if man still desires gold and the gold mines dry up or whatever, of course this is not a direct quote. If the mines dry up, then the earth will produce more. If that's still something that man needs or desires, and we use gold for all kinds of things, not just for jewelry. We use it for like computer parts and stuff because it's a pretty good conductor and all this stuff. But If you want it, it will be presented, it will be given. And I'm not saying you just want shit to want shit. Like, you can be like, oh, I want to get example earlier, I want to get cake. Like, that's a long-term thing, like something that's gonna like get you to the life you desire. See, we're changing our wants so that they line up with our desires. That is the point of this post. This first section is like really jumbled. Forgive me. We're moving on to the second section. I hope you understand like why we feel trapped by our desires and our wants because of the scarcity mindset. Because a lot of people have it. It's unfortunate. There's plenty to go around. It's not like we're all gonna like suddenly like expire if like we don't get what we want either. So it's like, be happy with what you have, but also don't be ashamed to want more, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the last bit for that section I want to tell you guys. The wind is howling like. Don't mind me. Okay, sorry. I'm not talking to you, sir. My dog turned around and was like, you whispering to me? No, I'm not whispering to you, sir. Second part, reframe desires as divine data. One of my favorite parts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So wants versus needs, right? So wants are typically ego driven. I know I was kept saying wants earlier, but like we about to redefine what wants are, right? So it makes sense. um but wants are usually ego driven. Surface wants, like I want like oh, an example I have here is impressing an ex. I'm just kidding. No, I don't do that shit. I don't really care, actually. I'm not that kind of person. But let's say you're that type of person. You might be. I don't know. And you're like, oh, I want my ex to be like, oh man, I should have never left them, or oh man, they're doing so much better without me, or whatever. Like, that is very ego driven. That is very like, I would say self fulfilling in the sense of it is you wanting to satisfy ego. That's the best way to exercise it. And the thing is, let's break down ego real quick. Ego is your brain wanting to keep you safe. It is the mechanism your brain uses to keep you safe. Yeah, ego might want you to do something better, like say you're writing a paper or you're drawing a picture. I don't know, anything. You're doing a task and your brain is like, oh, we can do this better, we can whatever. Yes, that could also be ego. And also like just coming out on top. I feel like there's also like part of narcissism, so it's just kind of like like being egotistic is partially narcissistic. And see, now this, I'm not going to talk about narcissism right now, but if you wanted to know, now you know, I guess. There's traits of each for each. My GI tract has been weird the last few days, so I'm probably going to be extra burpy this week, even though I think I was really burpy last week. I don't know. My life be like, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so surface level want, like it could just be like, I want this right now, you know, like you're like, oh, I really want this, but you know you don't need it. Or you'd be like, I want to let's give a really tough example. Let's say you're in a situation with somebody where they're abusive, and it doesn't have to be a spouse or a partner or anything like that. It could be like a work relationship, and this person is just like verbally abusive or whatever, and you're like, I want to stay in your, okay, so you're in that situation, right? And you're choosing between that or getting moved somewhere else and either making the same amount of money, or maybe it's like, oh, like I mean marginally, I mean like 2 cents better, you know what I mean? And you're like, I would rather stay here where at least I know that this person's going to be doing this to me. And I know like you're not thinking this like outright, but this is what ego does. And you're like, I'd rather stay here where I know this is what's going to happen instead of going somewhere else where it's like barely better or whatever in a different environment, because you would rather stick with the familiar than leave the familiar for something unfamiliar, even though it might be better. It might be a better situation for you. And that's another form of ego, like quite literally sabotaging your life, because change is the only thing that's inevitable. I mean, yes, is the most constant in our life is change. And if you're not embracing change, then you're not really embracing yourself, and you're in a way abandoning yourself, because you're telling yourself that you don't want to grow, you don't want to expand, but you want all these things, but you're not doing anything to obtain or hold that, if that makes sense. Um, so that's another like form of ego, and like see, and that's kind of tricky too, because you'd be like, well, why do I want to be around an abusive person? Because you know that they're going to be acting this way all the time, so you're not going to sit there and you're not going to sit there and what is it? Be like, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen, because you know that this person is just going to be an asshole, and but you just would rather deal with that than go somewhere else. Um, and a divine desire, or like a desire for your highest good, is rooted in like your alignment um and peace of yourself. So like a divine desire, I'll just give myself an example, because I don't, I talk to other people, but we don't really talk about this kind of stuff, and I don't have really many people to talk about it anyway. But for me, one of my divine desires, I sorry if the paper is super loud, I really want to become a veterinarian, not only because I like animals and I love animals, but also because I want to change the way that we take care of animals. And also at the same time, I want to do stuff with people, and I want to change the way that we handle like people, like healthcare for people. And I'm not saying like I want to like, obviously as a vet, like I can't just like walk into the human medical field and be like, we should be doing this. Like, no, 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 no. I just want to like set an example, if that makes sense, so that we can get to the point where we're able to change healthcare, specifically in America, for people. Really, honestly, any place where it's like a really masculine-driven society. If I'm gonna be honest, guys. But yeah, um, that's what I want to do. I want to help other people, and I want to help animals with their people, with their animals. I want to help them, and a good way to do that would be to take the steps in order to do that. So when you have a divine uh when you have like a divine like purpose or thing that you want to do, like you're gonna want to do take steps in order to fulfill that. Like, I want to be a vet, so I want to go to college in order to do that, so I can get my undergrad, and then I want to go to my grad school so I can get the doctorate degree, and then of course there are add-ons, certificates. I want to just call them add-ons because it's basically what they are to your degree. So you can specialize. I can specialize. And I want to do those things so I can get to my desired outcome, right? So instead of just being like, I want this right here and now because I want it right here and now, and it's not really going to serve anything in the future or later or whatever, or maybe next week, maybe there's something that you need to do next week that you just got to do, and you feel led to do, and it's something that's important for you. But I'm talking about like the I want ice cream now. I want this new phone now, and it's like, but your phone works just fine. Why do you need it? You know what I mean? Or not need it, or why do you want it? Um, but to tell the difference between the two, right? When you want something, it's like usually emo, your ego will be screaming at you, be like, I want this now, like a whole like basically child temper tantrum kind of deal. I want this now, give it to me now. This is what we want now, and I want you to do it. Like, and it's really loud. Usually wants are very loud. Same thing with if you're trying to tell the difference between your intuition and like your anxiety. Usually your anxiety is very loud. your body's very loud and your intuition's very quiet. So your desires will be kind of like that little whisper, like let's say like you're in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden like in the back of your mind you just think to yourself like, man, I really should like for I'm using myself as an example. Like, I really should go back to school. Like I really should like take on these other courses, or I should take this course that's gonna help me with this. In the back of my mind, but in the forefront of my mind, I'm like, I have to do these things, and I gotta get this done, and I need to put all my clothes away, and I gotta do the laundry, and I gotta like. I'm not saying like you should neglect house chores or chores in general, but I'm just saying like it's the little whispers that tell you like, hey, this is something you should do, and you're like, wow, that actually seems like something that would help me align with what I'm trying to do. Like, let's say maybe your thing isn't changing the whole world and helping healthcare. Maybe you just want to like revolutionize the way that I don't know, the way that we do the way that we do construction in the US. I'm thinking about like these projects that are like, oh yeah, it'll be done by the summer, and then you're like, it's been 5 years. When are we gonna be done? I know I know you live in the US. I know them projects, and it's not just like in Texas, it's everywhere. They'll be like, oh, we got this project, oh, we're gonna be done by the end of summer. 3 years later, yo, I still can't use that off ramp. It's been 3 years, bro. Like, what are we doing? Um, Maybe that's something that you want to do, and in the back of your mind you're like you're hearing like, I need to go to get my engineering, I need to focus on math, I need to do business, I need to like, because you got to talk to people who are like, I'm using my money, like how am I going to use it right? Business can help you with that, management, finances, that kind of thing. Maybe those are things that you're called to do. Those are the things I'm talking about. Those are the wants that will help you get to your desires. Um, and in order to really tell the difference, truly, besides that one's more louder than the other, is like, is what it is that you want aligned with your with what the life that you want to live, or the legacy you want to leave, I guess, is really what we're talking about here. Um, and if it is, then go ahead and take that aligned action. Hello, bud. And if it's not, then we need to do something else, because ego will always be urgent, will always be all up in your face, and divine desire, he like booty pets, and the divine desire will always be like subtle. It will always be like expansive, and it will always feel light. It won't feel like so much pressure on you, like to the point where you feel like you're gonna collapse, or feel like you have to do it now, or it's all over, if that makes sense. So like, if what you want is giving you FOMO, it's more than likely ego. Oh, that was such a bar. If what you want, if what you want is giving you FOMO, it's more than likely ego. All right, I'm gonna put it on the page. I'm gonna put it on the thing. I'm gonna put it everywhere. I love that. I love that. If what you want is giving you FOMO, it's probably your ego. And he's like, I don't know what any of these things are. Yes, Bear. Yes, he's adorable, isn't he? You tried to chew on him one time and I almost killed you. No, I'm just kidding. You never met a bear like this before. He was in a bag when I got you. Anyway. All right, part 3, because I need to wrap this up. I got a meeting in like 12 minutes. The action, part 3. The action, aligning your blueprint, aligning with your blueprint. And I kind of already talked about this, because I like to, while I'm talking or writing, even when I'm writing, I'll be like, I'll start writing about the next section by accident. I'm like, fuck. And I'll be like, okay, let's move this over here and it'll be good. It'll be good. So your permission slip, right? I'm giving you a permission slip to do this, because you're allowed to have desires, right? You're allowed to have things that you want to do. You're allowed to pursue the things that you want to pursue. Um So action step one, the first step to manifesting is radical acceptance. So accept that what you want is what you want, right? Accept that what your desires are your desires, even if they're like calm, like I said, because like you're sometimes the divine desires are very quiet. They're not very loud. They're not in your face, and it might just be like, oh, I really want to do this. I really want to do this kind of thing in the back of your mind, if that makes sense. Um, and just be like, okay, I want to do this. This is something that I want to do, and you accept that that is your reality. This is what I want to do, so I am going to do the thing. Or I'm going to pursue the thing so that I can do the thing. And I mean, honestly, in any action step thing or any plan, like the first step is always acceptance. You have so many donkeys on your eyes. Yes, wiped it on the boogie on the ground. Um, the second step is reverse engineering the fear. So like you're not chasing the thing, right? Because you're not chasing the feeling. Like you're not like chasing. Sorry, you're not chasing the thing. You're chasing the feeling. So basically, you're not like just like eat like FOMO. Like you're like, oh my god, I have to go do that. All. No, no, no. What you're doing is you're aligning yourself with the feeling. Like, what is it gonna feel like when you get that thing met? When you get that desire met? When you get that need met? Or when you accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish, how are you going to feel? And when you're able to align with that and you're able to like chase that feeling, and I'm not saying like, I know it's funny when I say chase the feeling because in my mind my brain says chase the high. Like, no, we're not talking about extracurricular activities here. um you're gonna want to like chase the feeling of what will it give you, security, peace, like is it going to give you like abundance, a feeling of expansion, of like feeling like you can do pretty much anything. Like what is it, boy? You better go over there and bark. Yeah, I don't know if you can still hear him or not. You probably can, but he's not as loud. But anyway, hopefully you don't mind the barking. um but yeah, you're chasing that feeling, like you're trying to like get to that feeling, like how, and like how you want to feel, and then finding a way to like put that into your everyday so that every day you get closer and closer to that feeling so that you're able to achieve that goal, because it's not just the thing, right? It's not just the item or the task that you're trying to achieve here. It's the feeling that you get when you finally do achieve that, and when you finally do um get to that point where you're able to see that come to fruition, you see it come to life. um and that feeling, like finding, like being able to like pinpoint that feeling and incorporate that more into your life is actually a part of manifestation, which will help bring you to your desired outcome more quickly. Yeah, I said that perfectly. Out of everything, this that was the most like clearest thing I said. And then the third step is discipline as alignment. We just talked about discipline last week. I'll put it right there in the little thingy thing. Yeah, over there. um so you gotta connect, I'm you gotta connect with yourself and check in with yourself. How am I feeling? What am I doing? how do i how do I how do I how do I encourage myself to take these actions that are going to help me feel the way that I want to feel when I obtain this goal? Like how am I going to help myself get there faster, or not? It has nothing to do with speed, really. Just like how do you? Well, I mean, discipline can help you get there faster. It can also help you get there slower. It just depends on how you do your discipline. Um, but you're simply just taking actions that prove that you're serious about your desires, and you're proving that to the universe, not just to yourself or the people around you. Like you're proving that to like everyone and everything, that this is something that you are going to do at all costs, regardless of what's going on or what other people may think or feel or say to you. You're going to do what you have to do in order to reach that goal, to get to where you're trying to go. And that self-discipline is going to take you there. It's going to carry you there. It's that love that you show yourself, and it's also compassion too at the same time, because you're going to fail. when you're trying to sit there and chase that feeling, or you're trying to figure out like, how do I obtain this, you're gonna fail. It's just gonna happen because feelings, one thing, feelings are fickle, and consistent feeling is not obtainable. But if we're able to get to a point where it's more consistent than not, so it's not like you're like down on yourself constantly, you know what I mean, or you're actually like able to uplift yourself and to prove to yourself that you can do that. Yeah, when it comes, yeah, because when you're able to prove yourself that you can do that, you can actually feel that way, you can actually obtain that, it becomes easier and more enticing for you to continue to pursue it. And it's part of the positive feedback loop. If you're able to find a way to reward yourself, not in a way that like gets rid of all the good work you just did, but if you're able to reward yourself as you're going, and it little rewards, it could be just like, oh, I'm so glad you did that, I'm so glad, like it's just telling yourself that you're glad that you did that, or you're glad that you took this action in order to become more aligned. That can help you too. And it's gonna feel weird at first, but as you continue and as you keep going, it'll start to feel better. It'll start to feel more natural. It'll start to feel more aligned. Like you'll feel like, oh yeah, like I have my back. I love myself. Like, that kind of thing. I just love that. I just love that feeling for myself and for other people to be able to encourage themselves, because like you are serious about your desires. You are serious about this action. You're serious about this discipline, because it's gonna help you become a better you. I hope you're serious. But yeah, I feel like this whole message was kind of like, I'm at the end. I'm at the end. I feel like this whole message was kind of jumbled, but I really hope that you guys like see what I'm talking about. Like it's more than it's more than just wanting and desiring things. It's about like, how do you feel when you get there, when you finally make it to that point? And also at the same time, like knowing that what you desire is not a FOMO. I'm gonna say it again. If it's giving you FOMO, it's probably ego. I'm coining that shit. I'm putting on a fucking t-shirt, bro. If if it's not coined already, I'm taking it. I'll take it. If it is taken, then I'll put right here that I'm wrong. But if it's not, stay tuned. I'm gonna start making. I really want to make some merch, but I don't have enough people to like. I don't think I have enough people to buy. I don't know. Would you guys buy merch if I made merch? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's the last bit, because I want you guys to like realize having desires is not selfish. Wanting things is not selfish. It's exactly what it is that you want. Like, what are we, where are we going for? Like, it's pinpointing where it's coming from, where you're trying to go, and those types of things, of course, and also that fear, that FOMO. I love that saying that so much. So I guess I want to ask you guys, because I don't usually ask you guys questions here, but what is your biggest desire? What is the biggest desire you are finally giving yourself permission to want? That could be literally anything. That could be something from your childhood you were told that you can't do for whatever reason, and now you're like, hold on a second, it's okay, right? Come tell me. Let's talk about it. I would love to talk to you guys. I love talking to you guys. I love hearing from you guys. I love engaging with you guys, because sometimes you feel like you are alone, or you feel like you're crazy. I know I feel like I'm crazy sometimes. So like, let's talk to each other. Like, this is a community. I'm trying to build a community here. I just want you guys to be a part of that. So like this video and share with people who may not mind the jumbled kind of everywhere conversation talking about desires. And and subscribe to this channel so that you can so you don't miss any more videos I post. And hit that bell too. I only post like once or twice a week. I'm probably gonna post twice this week like I did last week. So be here for that. I love you guys so much. I do. I really do. I care about you guys. You guys are amazing. If without you guys, I would still be doing this. But without you guys, like, it wouldn't be as rewarding, I guess is what I would say. It's rewarding for me as a person because I love this, and I feel like I'm talking to myself and like helping myself too at the same time. But being able to share this with other people and express myself is such a beautiful thing and such an amazing thing that I get to do. And if you want to do something like this, go do it. Post that video. Do the thing. Because you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you because I did it and I was terrified to post anything anywhere, even on my personal social medias. Like I literally have like I think 15 posts on my Instagram and I've had that thing for like over 10 years. So you can do it. I promise. I love you guys so very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your 24 hours wherever you are on the 24-hour scale. I hope the rest of that is wonderful for you guys. I love you guys so very much. And Bear says, bye. I love you guys.